All right, boys and girls, today we're talking about the parts of a plant, okay? So we're gonna learn 4 parts of a basic plant, all right? So we're doing parts of a plant. Our objective today is gonna be I can identify 4 parts of a plant. Also, I will participate in the music video for the parts of a plant lesson, okay? So first, we're going to start with the KWL chart. You guys remember we've done this before, right? So we're going to start with what do we know? So I'm going to pull this down so I can write better. But who can raise their hand and tell me what is something you know about plants? How about Jason? You know. So in a full sentence, I know what? That plants grow outside. Great observation. All right, who else can tell me something they already know about plants? Carly. In a full sentence, please. I know that what? A flower is a plant. That is also a great observation. I need one more. Who can tell me something they know about plants? Sarah. In a full sentence, I know that plants grow out of the ground. Is that what you said? Great job. So we know that plants grow outside. We also know that a plant is, or flower is a plant. And we also know that plants come out of the ground. So now, boys and girls, that was the K. That was the no on our KWL chart. So who can tell me something they want to know about plants? This is the second part. So what would you want to learn during this lesson about plants? Who can tell me one thing they want to know? Lacey, in a full sentence. I want to know how plants grow. All right. I need one more. Who can tell me what they want to know about plants? Stacy. In a full sentence, I want to know. What do you want to know about plants? How many different kinds? Okay. All right, boys and girls, and then the last part of our KWL chart is going to be what we learned. That's the L, is learned. So after we learn our lesson today, we're going to come back to the KWL chart and finish out that last section about what we learned during our lesson, okay? All right, boys and girls. So I'm going to hand out these worksheets, all right? And your worksheet is going to look like this. And we are going to label the parts of a plant, all right? There you go. Have your pencils ready. So first part of a plant, we're going to start, I actually numbered these backwards. We're starting at the bottom. So look at your picture and look at my picture. This is going to be number 1. What are these brown brown squiggly things that come out of the bottom. Does anybody know what we call those? Nobody knows? Okay, these are the roots. So the roots start in the ground if you have a seed, because all plants start from seeds. We plant our seeds in the ground, they're going to grow roots. So the roots are going to hold the plant in the ground so they don't just fall out. Also, the roots are going to help get some food and some water out of the ground so that that plant can grow strong and healthy. So on your worksheet, get your pencil, and on number 1, we're going to write root. R-O-O-T, root. Okay? Number 2 is going to be this long green thing that holds up our flower. Does anybody know what that's called? Oh, I heard someone say, can you raise your hand? Larry. The stem, that's right. Great job. So on your number 2 on your worksheet, we're going to write stem. S-T-E-M. Stem. All right. Does everybody have that on their worksheet? Number 3, we're looking at these green these green ovals right here. Does anybody know what these are? They come off the side of our plant, usually. Those are going to be the leaves, okay? And all plants have some kind of leaves. Leaves, oops, it's not very sturdy. Leaves help our plant breathe. It's going to get air and food for our plant. The stem helps take, our roots, we said our roots get water and food from the soil, and the stem helps pull all that water and all the food up to the very tippy top, because this is the beautiful part, right? When you see a flower, the top is always going to be beautiful, and that's because all the 3 parts before it help get air and food and water so that it can be beautiful. So last one, number 4, what is the big beautiful part at the top called? Jason? The flower. That's correct. All right, boys and girls, does your plant match mine? Great job. So now we're going to talk about some different kinds of plants, okay? So this plant was a flower. Now let's look at this plant. What kind of plant is this? Jory? Oh man, she says that's not a plant, that's a tree. That is correct, this is a tree. But a tree is also a type of plant, okay? So let's label this plant the same way we labeled this plant. So if we start at the bottom, we've got the roots. Can everybody see these roots right here? So our roots are going to help our tree grow out of the ground so it doesn't fall over. Also, our roots are gathering air and food and water. So number 2 is the stem. Who can find the stem on our tree? That's a tough one, huh? This tree doesn't look exactly like this flower, does it? Caleb? That's right. This is our stem right here. And on a tree, we call that a trunk. But it does the same thing that the stem does on a flower. All right? So let's fill in the trunk or the stem. Same thing. Okay? What's next? Our leaves. Okay? So where do you find leaves on a tree? At the very top, right? This whole top part is made up of leaves, right? So if these are our leaves, what about the flower? Do we see flowers on a tree? Sometimes, that's right. So different kinds of trees might grow different kinds of flowers. And some plants are flowers, or some fruits are flowers before they turn into a fruit. So on our tree, we've got the leaves, and some trees have flowers. Let's look at one more type of plant before we get to our music video. What kind of plant is this? Can anyone tell me what kind of plant this is? What do these look like? Lacey? They do look like tomatoes, don't they? I think this is a tomato plant. So let me hide the answers. Where are the roots? Who can tell me where the roots are on this vegetable plant? Jared? At the bottom, that's right. These are our roots right here. And what do the roots do? Kayla? They help our plant stay in the ground. What else do they do? Joey? They bring food. What else? Water. And one more thing. Air. That's right. They bring food, water, and air all the way up into the plant so that it can help. What is this? Sarah? The stem. That's right. So the stem is also helping food and water and air get all the way up to the top of the plant. So then where are the leaves on this plant? Who can show me where the leaves are? Kara? Up here. Great job. Those are our leaves on this plant. And those leaves are also helping to get sunlight and air and water so that this plant can be very healthy, because we want this plant to grow what? Vegetables. That's right. Fruits or vegetables. So the flower on this plant is going to be our vegetables. We said these were tomatoes. So our tomatoes are going to be these little yellow flowers before they become a tomato. All right? So those are our 3 types of plants. Now we're going to watch a music video. So I want everyone to stand up behind your chair. Push your chair in. Leave all your supplies on the table. Oh, quietly, boys and girls. Thank you. Okay, stand behind your chair. And we're going to play the video one time. So if you can catch the tune, you can sing it along with me. You can dance in your space. We're not leaving our space. We're not leaving our bubble. And we're not touching or talking to our friends, okay? All right, let's watch the video. Job to do. Flower, stem, leaves, and roots.
The flower looks so beautiful, and it makes the seeds that start a new plant. But the petals look pretty for a reason, you see. They attract pollinators like birds or bees. The stem is the part in the middle, and it moves water up to the rest of the plant. Through the stem that water flows. It's like a straw. Watch it go. The leaves on a plant help it to breathe, and they make the air cleaner for you and me. Get set for a big word. You ready for this? They make food for the plant through photosynthesis. The roots hold the plant down into the ground. Underneath in the soil is where they are found. They soak up water and minerals there. They absorb stuff with their little root hairs. Flower, stem, leaves, and roots. Each part of a plant has a job to do. Show me each part as you sing this tune. Flower, stem, leaves, and roots. The flower creates the seeds. Pretend you're a flower with me.
Boys and girls, put your hands over your head. Pretend you're a flower.
The stem is like a straw. Pretend you're a stem.
Be really straight like a stem. Straight up tall. Good job, boys and girls.
Leaves, they make the food. Now pretend you're doing photosynthesis. All of you.
Hold your arms out like leaves.
The roots anchor the plant. Hold it down tight like I know you can.
Hold your feet down tight to the ground. Hold those roots down.
Flower,
Stem, leaves, and roots. Each part of a plant has a job to do.
show me each part as you sing this tune.
Flower, stem, leaves, and roots. Great job, boys and girls. You all did a wonderful job. All right, so our lesson on parts of a plant almost over. We have to go back and finish our KWL chart. So start thinking about what you learned today, because I'm calling on all of you. All right, I need someone to raise their hand. In a full sentence, tell me what you learned today. Sarah, I learned that roots hold a plant in the ground. Great job. I need someone else to tell me in a full sentence, what did you learn today? Jace, I learned that there are different kinds. Yeah, because we didn't know that a tree has the same parts as a flower. Isn't that crazy? I need one more person in a full sentence. Tell me what you learned. Kara, I learned that the stem brings water to the flower. All right, boys and girls. So your flower worksheet that you have in front of you, I want to hang these on the empty bulletin board on the wall. So make sure your worksheet matches mine, that we have root, stem, leaves, and flowers. And then our helper is going to pass out some crayons, and I want you to take about 10 minutes. You can talk quietly to your neighbor, but I want your voices to be at a level 1. We're not getting loud. And we're only taking 10 minutes to color your flower and make it beautiful, because everyone is going to see it, okay? All right, boys and girls, in 10 minutes, I will ask you to stand up, and I want you to bring your worksheet to the turn-in bin over here, and then back to your seat for silent reading time, okay? All right, boys and girls, you did a great job today.